Welcome back. In today's video, I'm featuring a recent shoot where I was hired out to bring lights, camera, and audio to film interviews in a recently built space for an architectural firm. I was actually hired out by a production company, Maximize Media, to help with this portion of the shoot. They were also shooting some B-roll and other things throughout the day, but my focus was interviews in this big space. Let's get into it. Here's our lighting setup for today. We have a hair light right up top, probably needs to be moved back a little, but we'll fine tune it for each person. And that is why I am using a rolling stand for quick deployment and adjustments. We have our key light, which is an Aputure 150 dome with an Aputure 600X Pro for our light. We're using the 2.5 stop diffusion with a grid. We're running two FX6s. This is Evan, our producer and owner of the production company that hired me out today. And here is the shot. We have a 35 for the wide, showing off the space. And then we have an 85 for our tighter shot to get the other angle. And you can see this is a very beautiful space, really nice. Now those lines coming in with light will change and periodically move depending on the time of day, but it is not hitting our subject. But what is happening right now is we are creating a pretty flat look because we're getting a lot of bounce here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make an adjustment and probably put a negative in to cut it, and we could adjust that accordingly as we shoot. But we're showing off the space because this is a feature for the architecture, and we're staying compact and safe here in this space. So the guy asking the questions is right here, Sean. He's our director for the day.
Hey guys.
And he'll be leading the interviews from this spot here. So we have the light as close as we can get it, and we're making it happen. I wanted to demonstrate what the negative fill would do in the frame by bringing it in close, but also pulling it away slowly so you can see the effect it has. So the closer you get versus further away, what it looks like and what it does to the image. Now it's a little bit harder when you have a wide frame to get a negative in closer, so you usually have to go a little bit bigger. Also, pay attention to the left side of frame. There is a lot of return coming there from the sun being bounced off the wall. I also come in with a ultra bounce, also known as a piece of foam core, to give us a bounce fill so you can see the difference between the negative and the bounce. And this is what it looked like in camera with no added fill and our Atomos false color LUT. This is with the bounce coming off the wall. And then we come in with a negative fill up close to show you what it could look like if you brought it in really close. Now I'm going to switch over to the shot with the bounce, which we use foam core for the bounce, and this is really close, and then we pull it away. What do you like better? Let me know the timestamp of what look you prefer down in the comments. And this is the look we kind of landed on. Let's build up the light. So there's no added light. Now we have a key light with negative fill, just the hair light on its own. And then we have the key light, negative fill, and hair light. And this is the wide shot. Let's go in for the closer look with no added light. And then we go with the key light with a negative fill, our hair light, and then we go with our key light, negative fill, and hair light all together. And here's the look we landed on. One of the biggest challenges of this space was the big windows allowing a lot of sunlight in, but that sunlight was hitting the ground and parts of the background in the space. I wanted to make sure to preserve all the information and the highlights in the space and also allow for a bright, clean look. A lot of people will say, man, I would have gone with more negative. I would have made it a lot darker. But we landed on this look. We liked the look. It fit the context of what we were talking about. And that's what we agreed upon. Myself as the DP / gaffer / whatever, and the client. We have a 40x40 floppy here to kind of negate some of the return we're getting. off the wall over here now and show you that. So here's our mark for our talent, and they're going to be looking straight ahead. We have the boom here, which is a Sennheiser 416. We're using all rolling Matthew stands for flexibility so we can move from one spot to the other. And then I have two carts here, one that's camera and the other.
One of the challenges we faced was this school was actually in session. They were having regular classes throughout the day. And the reason for that is some of the elements that were being captured, we needed students to be around. I also interviewed students. So when communicating with the production company for this shoot, I made sure to have a compact setup, something that could be wheeled around, so everything was on wheels to make things a lot easier, and also keeping a compact footprint. We didn't want to get too crazy with a lot of equipment and a huge space and become a burden for the students and the staff of the school. And that's where lighting came into play. We didn't want to light up the background or spaces all around. First off, because the architecture firm designed the school to be lit a certain way, and we didn't want to take away from that and light things up that they didn't light up on their own. Also, it's an active school with active students running around. We did not want to place things in areas that we didn't have control over or have someone to monitor. What amount of fill do you like best? A, B, C, or D? Comment down below. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one.